Today's video is Ask Us Anything.
Yep, we asked you guys over on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of those different communities. We asked you guys to send us questions that you've had that we haven't answered in any other videos.
And you guys showed up.
Yes, you guys sent us such great questions. We're looking forward to answering today. First question.
All right.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Let's go.
Okay, the first question is, would you ever live in your van full time, or is it strictly recreational?
That's a super easy one for me. We absolutely could live in our van full time. Hopefully, well, not even hopefully, one day, that's what we would like to do, is live in our van full time, being able to travel and have everything with us.
All right, I got your second question, and this is a Bob question, so perfect.
All right, let's go.
Because I actually don't understand this question. Okay, the question is, do you think you need an AWD RV better like the 19 PT? That to me makes no sense at all.
Okay, so the question is, do we need all-wheel drive versus the Dodge, which has, or the Ram ProMaster has front-wheel drive, or you could get the Mercedes that has four-wheel drive? And the answer is, I'm totally fine with front-wheel drive. It got us back here just fine. We went through the giant mud puddle, up the rocky cliff. Front-wheel drive is just fine. Now, I do like the idea of all-wheel drive, but with all the other weight and mechanisms and stuff like that, that's just an opportunity for failure, so I don't really need that. I do, however, like the four-wheel drive option. If I'm gonna have something that's all-wheel drive, I'd rather have four-wheel drive. But again, those Mercedes are expensive.
Okay, so what you're saying is, we love what we have, but we would prefer four-wheel drive if we could.
Yes.
I just had to make sure it was still recording. Okay, cheers. Got a little pick-me-up. Third question. Third question. How long can you run air conditioning with the batteries?
So that kind of depends on the ambient temperature. You know, if it's only, let's say, like 75 and you're just trying to cool it down a little bit, obviously you can run it a lot longer. So when we were in Texas, we actually ran it for just about 3 hours before we ended up having all of our power problems and nearly canceling our trip.
Right. And what happened was, and that's where we really got to see how it worked, because usually we'll plug in, or we don't need air all the time, or different things. But in Texas, we pulled up, we thought we plugged in.
Well, we did, it just wasn't working.
Right, but so we cranked on that air conditioner as high as it can go and just started cooking and doing life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you said, did it last 3 hours?
Yeah, it was just about 3 hours, just a little under 3 hours. And
it sucked the life out of the battery.
And we started getting all the fun alarms and ruining our night.
Yeah, that was a terrible night. But to answer your question, 2 to 3 hours. I think it was about 85 degrees then, and it was hot. And we got almost 3 hours on the air conditioner inverter, right?
Yep.
Is that what we say?
Yep. Yeah, because you have to run the inverter to power the air conditioning, because the air conditioner is 120 volts.
Yeah. You know, all that stuff I don't really get. So. Yeah. I had to learn what an inverter was. I remember when we first got our van, and Bob was like, turn on the inverter. I'm like, what? Like, what is that? I don't even get it. I now know how to turn on the inverter. Anyways. Okay, so our answer, 3 hours, depending on the weather.
Yeah.
So, okay, moving on. Oh, how much exactly did you pay for your van? Dun, dun, dun. How much did we pay?
$107,000?
106. Plus taxes and registration. So $106,000 for our 2022 Ram ProMaster Talaro 20A.
Very good.
I used to not understand what any of that meant.
Well, now you know.
Now I know, but that's how much we paid. $106,000.
Yep.
Worth it?
Absolutely. Some drama along the way. Some drama along the way, but
we'll talk about that later.
Is worth it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna look for our next question. I think we should start cooking breakfast. And by we, I mean
he.
He. That was good. By we mean Mr. Bob. Yep. He is the cook in the family. Why would the B team step up if the A team is here?
I don't know.
He's an amazing cook.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so let's start cooking breakfast while I look for the next question.
All right. Clearly, we have a new grill. This thing is super nice. I was able to connect it direct to the van's propane system, so that was a huge win. And this came from a recommendation in our essentials video so that we can replace the piece of junk we had. This is an epic fail. This is a Coleman like 2-burner propane stove. I had envisions of, connecting it to the van's propane and cooking outside, but quite frankly, it's a piece of junk. So I want to use this today. I want to make some breakfast. I have this skillet so we can make eggs, so a couple of fried eggs. I'm curious, should I try cooking the sausage on the grates of the grill or on the pan? I don't know.
Well, no one's going to be able to tell you today what to do.
That's true.
Doesn't come out for a few days.
So,
what's your decision?
How about we do halfsies? We'll start with half on the grates. If it falls through and catches on fire, then we'll use the pan.
Yeah.
All right.
How do you feel about your decision?
Well, I decided I went all in, and I just decided I was going to cook all of it on the grill, and not save any in case they fell through and burned up. But so give that a second to warm up. Back.
You're back. Okay. Next question. How long can you boondock before running out of power? Also, do you have solar on the roof? And if so, how much longer does that give you for boondocking? Thanks in advance.
Oh. So yes, let's start from the top. Yes, we have solar.
Yes.
And
one solar.
One solar panel.
One solar square.
I think it's a 200-watt panel.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is.
Okay.
So with the 200-watt panel and the alternator charging, we essentially don't have any real limitations on how long we can boondock from a power perspective. The solar probably recharges maybe about 75% of the battery each day. Obviously depends on, sunlight, all those kind of things. Is the panel clean, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But then we can supplement that with the alternator charging. So it's just a matter of turning on the van or driving will help to recharge those batteries.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's convenient to be able to plug in because then you can be kind of careless with, running the air conditioning and doing other things.
Yeah.
But power, there is really no real limitation for us in terms of boondocking.
Yeah, and actually when we were going across the United States up to Michigan to see your grandparents and your whole family, we, would boondock and then the battery would charge as we drove to the next spot.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have a full battery once we stopped again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see, how long can you boondock? So we're saying it depends on how much sun is out and how long you're driving.
Yeah.
But it could be infinite.
It could be infinite from a power perspective.
Yeah, because we have solar.
Yeah.
If we didn't have solar, it would
slow you down.
It would slow you down. Yeah. So anyways, hopefully that answered your question. Okay.
All right. Now, on that note, I need to check this.
Okay, while he's checking that, I have a question that I can answer. This person says, I love the map animations you have in your videos. Could you share how that is done? Why, yes, we can. Okay, so I think you're talking about our trip to, like I said, up to Michigan when we drove through 12 states in 2 weeks. We had amazing map animations. Unfortunately, one of our friends did it for us, but he used After Effects. So I think Adobe After Effects is what he used. When we went down to Cabo, we did all of Baja. February of 2021, we went all the way down to Cabo and back. Those map animations, I actually just went over to Fiverr and hired somebody. I think I paid like $20 total for all those map animations. So hopefully that answered your question.
All right.
Wow.
I'm quite surprised. I've never grilled sausage before, so this is a first for me, but I like it. Breakfast is served.
Why, thank you. It's so good. Bob's my favorite cook. Do you guys want him to do a cookbook? We've been throwing around the idea of, what did we call it? Mm-hmm.
things that are easy to make in the van, whether you have like one pot or like a grill or something like that, where
Yeah.
you don't have like a full kitchen with lots of counter space and.
Yeah. So it's called Vancaskeys van meals. We've been throwing around that idea. So leave us a comment down below if you want us to have. I think it would just be like a PDF printable.
Something quick and easy.
Yeah. So let us know. Okay, I'm gonna hit us with a hard question.
Okay.
This person says, with all the issues you've had in your last 2 Class B vans, if you sold this one, would you buy another one? And if so, what make and model?
Okay, so if we were gonna buy a new van.
Okay, so if all the issues we've had in our last 2 Class B vans, we have a whole series on all the issues we've had since buying this, like, I don't even know, 10 months ago. If we sold this one, would we buy another one?
I think the answer is absolutely yes.
You would buy another one. You'd buy another Thor?
Oh,
and if so,
I thought you meant just a van in general.
Well, no. Would you buy another one? So would we buy another one, and which make and model would we buy?
I definitely would buy another one. I would love to try the Winnebago Echo. I like that size. I mean, that's kind of bordering on a Class C.
Yeah, it is.
But I definitely like the van size, some of the additional features as far as room and storage go. So I like that idea, but I also worry that it's just so big that it's more of a Class C. And I like the B kind of being able to park in parking spots and things like that. So,
yeah.
So I would like to, that's on my question list, I guess. I think I would want to give that a try.
Yeah, so if we sold this one, we would buy another one for sure. But moving on to this other question, which would let you know a little bit more of what we would do. Would you purchase another Thor product again since you have had so many issues with your Class B? It seems Thor quality is lacking. I'm glad you guys show us all of your problems and mistakes as they happen. My husband and I are hoping to purchase a Class B soon, and we'll probably have similar experiences. Thanks. We have had a lot of problems with this van. Yes. I don't think it's a common thing, but then also, is it common? Because people have reached out to us letting us know that their van's in the shop. They just bought it brand new. Different things are going wrong.
Right. I mean, I will say this. I like Thor's buying power. And what I mean by that is that Thor is such a big company that they have the ability to get really good pricing for some of their components. So when you purchase a Thor RV, you're actually getting a lot of, technology and features that are affordable because of their buying power. So in that regard, okay. I like Thor. I do hope that some of their quality, issues or concerns, that they resolve those and they get better in the future. But as of right now, I mean, I'm not unhappy with Thor. I just think that when you buy something and you drive it down the road, basically an earthquake, things happen. And if something's not tight or something's not perfect, you end up having problems.
Yeah. Or
you have some dirt on your face, by the way.
What?
Just like right here, just a tiny bit.
For how long, Bob?
Other side. There you go.
My gosh. I have dirt on my face?
Just a little bit.
Oh
now
my
it's gone.
gosh. You promise it hasn't been there for that long?
It hasn't. Well, as long as I can remember. Now you have like a line on the side of your face. It was almost like charcoal. You need to go look in the mirror.
Oh my gosh. I'm a hot mess. I'll be right back.
1 hour later.
Okay, so.
All right.
Let me see.
Before I distracted us.
So yeah, I think for us, Thor quality is lacking. She was right. Or whoever, it says from Renee. Thor quality is lacking. That's something that we didn't know before getting into the Class Bs. We've experienced a lot of quality issues. And we've heard from other people that they have too. So I think that's the downside of the Thor. And but I've also heard from other kinds of vans that they've had quality issues too. So I don't know if it's just like right now or if it's always been that way. We've only had Class B vans, or these are our first. The Class B van is the first RV we've gotten into.
Right.
And we can only share our experiences, and that's what this whole channel has been about, is being real and honest, even when it doesn't look pretty, it's ugly. That's what we want to do. We wanted to show really good look at what it's like to actually just be two people that decide to get into van life, buy a van, travel in a van, and show the highs and lows of that.
Yeah, just wanted to share and be real.
Yeah, totally. You're always going to get real from us. You know, like I just had dirt on my face. So annoying. Anyway, so we say we're not against anybody purchasing a Class B or even a Thor. Like so far, we still feel okay about rebuying a Thor product. That could change though, depending on
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
We put a few more miles on the van and have some major issue. I mean, it might change my opinion, but as of right now, I'm okay.
Okay, next question. For financing and insurance, is a camper van considered a van or an RV?
So this would be considered an RV, and you can finance it for like 20 years, just like a house. And as far as insurance goes, it is considered, I think it's actually considered an RV for our insurance purpose. So that means everything, the van and everything inside of it is insured. Now, if you built one out yourself, you would finance it as a van, and then you'd have to have a supplemental policy for everything that's inside because, you know, there's a lot of expensive equipment in there. So you would definitely need something like that.
Can you show the inside battery compartment and how much lithium you have?
Under normal circumstances, I would say, sure, we'll show you, except for our bed is set up. And because we leave it as a fixed bed, we have to take the bed out, the mattress, everything. And then you got to take off a couple panels in order to get down into the batteries. So we can kind of show you where that area is at, but can't actually like expose the batteries.
Let's go show them.
Actually,
What do you
take that back.
What do you take back?
So where the battery controller is at is right here on the passenger side, kind of right above the rear wheel well. But the batteries are actually underneath the van, so I can show you where those are at right here.
Oh, okay.
I just was double checking that because I couldn't remember exactly where they were. So
Here they are. So you've got.
Oh, am I going down too?
You are.
Oh gosh, here we go. Hold on.
You got one there,
Okay.
and then one back there.
Oh,
And then if you're interested, that is the propane tank right there.
propane tank,
Yep.
battery, and does it have any information? No. So.
No.
Oh, it's interesting looking down here.
I know.
Ah,
Just
okay.
looking under the van.
Okay, so what'd you figure out?
So we actually have two batteries that have like a cage around them to protect them from hits from underneath and then from the front if something's flying down the road. But that's really all I can show you because that's all I can see.
Okay, but so if those two are our only batteries, which is more than likely, we'd have 400?
I think that would be 200 amp hours of batteries. That's about the size of a 100 amp hour battery.
Have a seat. Okay, so another question. Couple more. I think we'll do a couple more.
Sure.
And close it out. So, can two people live in a van like yours full time?
I think absolutely yes.
For sure.
But one thing to keep in mind is everything is really small. So the bed is small, the bathroom is small, the kitchen is small. It's just a very small space. So one, you better like the person you're with. And two is you have to be okay with like everything because, well, the bathroom is right there.
Yeah.
Let's just be
I
honest.
mean, let's be honest. When somebody needs to go to number 2, you leave the van.
You
leave the van. Like, nobody wants to stay in a closed space. Even if we have a door, that door does nothing.
No, it's A, it's uncomfortable when the door is closed, and B, that's a really small space.
Yeah.
So
So somebody leaves, you open a window. That's just real life.
Yep, just being real.
Real life, van life. Okay, so 2 people live in a van like ours full time, for sure. And we've seen lots of people do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of people that do it. Okay, here's one. Life on the road, filling up your water tank and disposing of waste, more so the filling up of water. Do you just go up to places and ask to fill water? It feels like an unspoken thing. Curious and majorly considering Class B life for a few years of travel. Thanks.
So first off, iOverlander is a great app that you can use to find water, to find dump stations. there's just so much information on there that is so useful
Yeah.
that it almost makes it a non-issue.
Yeah, we've never had an issue finding
No.
water or dumping.
No. And then what you can do is, I mean, one is if you need just drinking water, you can obviously go to like a gas station and buy bottled water. Or a lot of places will have like water that you can use to hook up. Now that may not be potable, so you'll want to consider that. Or like in Mexico where, you know, we had to run it through a filter before we used it. So we actually had a pre-filter plus a filter in the van. And so I don't think that's a big problem.
Yeah.
And there's lots of places. It's quite surprising. When you start looking around and you start doing your research, you can find a lot of places.
Yeah. Okay. Last question.
Okay.
Last question. Hi. Love your guys' videos. Followed along for both vans, and I'm curious. After 2 Thors and so many issues, would you recommend them? They're the ones in the affordable range, which is why we, at the beginning, went with a Thor anyways, because it was in our budget.
Yep.
But your issues are big concerns, and it seems so difficult to have them fixed. Also, if money and the driveway weren't an issue, what van or other vehicle setup would be your dream? So to answer the first question, we kind of already answered it, right? Like, would we recommend them?
I think so. For a pre-built, RV,
Yeah.
I definitely think that they're a good value for, what you get.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's some quality issues there that we experienced. Hopefully they're getting better, especially as, the supply chains in the world gets back to normal.
Yeah.
So I would recommend them though.
We would recommend them, but also recommend you just going in with your eyes wide open, knowing just because it's a brand new van does not mean it's brand new.
No.
Somebody wrote on our channel, I don't know, like a year ago or so that it really does take 6 months of ownership to get all the kinks out and the little things fixed and everything kind of to where you want it. And that was the case with this van for
Definitely
us.
agree.
Yeah.
Definitely agree. 6 months for sure.
6 months. But then on the flip side, our first van was a Thor 18T. We had that for like a year and a half. And we only had 2 issues the entire time. The first issue was the pop top. It came with a hole in it. Eventually they never did actually fix it, but they were going to.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story. There's videos out there if you want to know about pop top fixing. It's definitely more involved than you think.
Yep.
But the other issue was the stove right away. And they came out right away, mobile service, and fixed it. So that's the thing. We've had 2 Thors. The first Thor had really no issues. And we drove it for a year and a half, took it down to Cabo and back. And then this van we just bought in May of 2022, and we've had a ton of issues.
Yep. But we did get them all fixed. It just took a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And some patience and a few swear words, but we got them taken care of.
And a few, what the heck did we do? Why did we do this?
Yeah.
But
I'm glad we did.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely
there's
like our
no
setup.
regrets. We love, the thing is what we love about the kind of like the Ram ProMaster is the size. The Talaro, the Thor Talaro, is that how you would say it? 20A. We just love the layout, and it was worth it for us.
Yeah, it has everything we wanted. The fixed bed, hot water, lights, I mean, the awning, propane system. I mean, it's got it all.
And I think you've said this multiple times. If you were going to buy another van, your favorite would be?
Yeah, hang on, we got some
motorcycles.
Speed racer coming.
Yeah. If you were gonna buy your dream van.
So my dream van, which I have shared this before, is the Storyteller Beast Mode 4x4 with all the bells and whistles, and it's amazing.
Yeah, that's his dream van.
But that is more of a one-person van. I'm going to be honest, just with the way that's laid out.
I think there are some people. I mean, definitely 2 people have them. It depends on your height too. Say we were only like 5'5".
If I was like,
it would fit us perfectly.
Even if I was 5'8", I would still think that would probably be okay.
Yeah. I think somebody wrote that they were 5'9" and they have it, and it's great, and they love it, and the bathroom setup and tear down's no big deal. So it just depends on, I think, how tall you are, how much space do you want, and what your preferences are.
That's true.
Everybody's different.
That's true.
Okay, so let's answer the question. Also, if money and a driveway weren't an issue.
Oh. My dream van, I would build it out myself. 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I would lean towards building out on a ProMaster.
Okay. There's your answer. And if money wasn't an issue and driveway wasn't an issue, maybe I would do that like $500,000 Class A. If nothing was an issue, maybe I would do that. So I'm not
those
really.
are pretty nice.
I do love the van. The van though, van life is for me. So, I want to do a shout out to Northern Star Travelers. They said, "You're in my backyard. I'm in Apache Junction."
Oh, and literally, it's right over there.
Yeah, because where are we right now?
Cottonwood Canyon.
Yeah, we're in Cottonwood Canyon,
in
Arizona.
Yep.
Which we love this area. We've been coming here for like years and years and years and years. We love it here.
All right, that's all we have.
Yeah, our next video, we're going to a different state. That's all we're going to tell you.
Somewhere fun.
Somewhere fun. So, we'll see you then, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.